Guys, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Namaste. God bless. How are all of you? Get to work, man. Wake up, meatball. It's Wednesday, man. Come on. It's story time here at America's Mentor. I'm going to share some stuff for you today because this is stuff that we all can relate to. Oh, my God, I can relate to. Expectation and disappointment. Oh, it's story time for that. I love scenarios like this, and I love experienced and have experienced many of these because they've taught me so well. Because the universe just kind of lines up stuff that says, "Jared, wake up. You're okay. You're good." And hopefully, you guys will get some insight from this as well. But first, story time, guys. We've all done that. We've all finally done something in our life that we've always wanted to do. Like me, when I was I think I was 12. I always wanted to play baseball in the major leagues. And major leagues back then, in my time, that was you go from Pee Wee in the little league to the major league, and you get the full uniform, man. Hey, I never forget that was the best time of my life. And I was a pitcher. Yeah, my little 4'5" self. I was a southpaw pitcher, and they loved that. And I used to get ready hours and hours and hours before every Saturday game. And any of you guys, a lot of my followers here are from Hamden Plains. Remember those? It's like the Bad News Bears scene in the beginning. Vast fields of baseball, diamonds everywhere, and concession stands. And every Saturday it was mobbed. There was hundreds and hundreds of people there every weekend. It was a great time. And I used to get ready hours and hours ahead of time to get ready for these games. I'd walk around in my uniform. I felt special. Yes, I felt special. And I actually literally had to walk 3 miles to the field because there was nobody there to take me, and everybody was busy. They said, "I'll just go. We signed you up, and you're on your own," which is great. That's fine. I remember one morning, just happened yesterday morning too. This is relevant to what I'm going to talk about. Yesterday, that morning of a big game, I was pitching. Got ready my hours ahead of time, man. I was up at the crack of dawn every day, and still am, mind you. Get ready for this game, get all dressed, walk all the way up there, and our game isn't until 1 o'clock, so I've already been up since 6. I'll never forget this. Our game starts at 1 o'clock. I get up there, I start pitching. Yeah. And it's now 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm still pitching. The problem is I've walked at least 17 people in a row. And literally the concession stands have now closed and everybody's starting to go home. And I'm still out there pitching away. And my team, they're literally starting to sit down on the field because I couldn't get my shit straight. And I'm trying and I'm trying and I'm trying. My expectation was so high that day I was going to be a friggin' star. And all of a sudden the mind starts working and the disappointment starts setting in. And your ball is starting to travel everywhere now. It's starting to go above the head, around it. Hitting before the plate, man. I literally had a footprint that was encased in the sand when I was pitching because I was hitting it so hard, getting so frustrated. Finally, at that point, I think the 18th guy that I walked literally off the field. I walked away from everything. Literally put my hat down and walked away. My coach goes, "You'll never come back here again," all that kind of stuff, and I just walked away. I walked away, and there was a golf course nearby. I went there for like the next 3 or 4 hours and watched the sun go down and cried my eyes out. How many of you have ever experienced something so devastating like that? I know it sounds so trivial. It's a kid. No, these are powerful things that happen in life. Your expectation for something, and you get ready and you go out there, or you're going on the first date, or you're with somebody, or you're taking a chance at a job, and you've got an idea, this and that. You've got all this expectation, and you've built yourself up in this confidence, and boom, and disappointment sets in because it didn't follow through, or it didn't happen, or things didn't pan out the way you thought it would be. This is the pivoting point of your life that you have to understand. And Bob Proctor, rest his soul, taught me the most amazing lesson many moons ago. I didn't get the power of it, but I understood the concept behind it. He said, "You're not taking a chance. You're giving yourself a chance." And my coach, they would never do this nowadays. I mean, that night, the coach called me. He goes, "Meatball, what are you going to do? You going to come back or what?" He obviously wanted me to come back. So I had to come back. I had to face the team apologize to them for what I did. And therefore I went and practiced and did my thing. I had to face it, and I had to apologize for it, for what I did. How many of you have actually done that in your own lives? You've actually walked away from something and you never faced it again. That's the problem. Sigmund Freud actually said it beautifully. He said, unexpressed emotions will never die. Unexpressed emotions will never die. They are buried alive and will come forth later in uglier ways. That's called a trigger, guy. That's a big trigger in life. And Sigmund was absolutely right. Because if you don't face your expectations, your disappointments with valor and understand it's a learning tool, all that's going to change your life. It's going to change it. You're going to keep hitting those humps in the road, per se. And that happened to me yesterday. And that's the whole point of this program today. I came on yesterday morning. I had the halo above my head. I was ready to go. And to me, I gave probably the worst performances I ever gave. To me, my own self, mind you. It probably could help, hundreds of people, thousands, whoever can know. I had the video. I was going to go viral. I was going to do all this stuff, man. I did none of this shit. Nothing happened. I felt terrible when I got off the air. And for the next several hours on my day off, running around doing my errands, I kept hearing Bob Proctor's quote over and over and over again in my head. And here I am. I go to the gym, and I got to do my little thing at the gym for my few minutes. I get there, and there's some Asian lady. And I say it respectfully, mind you. Asians are awesome because they live so, they're unrelenting in their quest. This lady had to have been in her 90s. You could tell by the skin and the wrinkles and everything else. But she had a cane, a very big cane, and was walking to each of the pieces of equipment with that cane, limping along very slowly. And here I am bitching because I thought I gave myself a bad performance, and how lucky I am to actually give a performance. Look at this lady, man. This is the reality check, and I love how the universe literally straightens me out when stuff like this happens in life. Because yes, indeed, we all expect these certain things. We have this picture of how things you want to pan out, and then sometimes it doesn't. Actually, a lot of times it doesn't. Success is an inside job. It's who you are as a person. It's who you allow as a person. Expectation, the act or state of expecting. Anticipation. We anticipate the most perfect scenarios whenever we're going out there, really putting ourselves out there, but then disappointment sets in. Disappointment is a state or emotion of being disappointed, dismay, frustration, and letdown. Those powerful side effects, hence, it's like taking a drug, and those side effects kick in, and they kick you in the ass. They're supposed to help you, but it only hurts you. So whenever you're trying to go out there, remember to always give your best. Indeed, things are going to happen. Indeed, they are. Just like today when I woke up. I got a sick call. Okay, fine. I got to go into work now and do triple the work. That's fine. But I'm lucky to have work. 8 years ago, I was living in a 12 by 12, man. I was living on ramen noodles and looking, what the hell am I bitching about? This is the attitude you got to tell yourself every single day. Indeed, things happen. Yes, we have expectations every morning when we wake up. It's going to be a great day. And it turns into shit. That happens sometimes. But remember, you're not taking a chance. You're giving yourself a chance. So by you keep doing what you're doing, if it feels right, it's going to pan out eventually. And Aurelia said it really cool. And this is powerful because if you guys can grasp this, because I made a commitment, and that was the whole point. I had missed that point during my story time. Sorry, Barney. I missed that point in story time. When I make a commitment to something, I'm there. Anybody who knows me, I'm there. If I'm going to do something, I am there. That's the kind of attitude I've always had about myself in life. And commitment is powerful. I said I'm going to be here Monday through Thursday because people are expecting me to be here Monday through Thursday. And they don't want to be disappointed because do you get what I'm getting at, guys? The commitment, it puts you on the edge. The commitment, it puts you there. And all you got to do is dive into the pool. And life is going to pan out for you in some way. It's going to pan out for you. Yes, indeed. You're going to hit roadblocks, man. You're going to have shit that hits the fan once in a while. But it's you jumping in the pool, giving it your all, making that commitment and sticking to it. It's sad. It's a sad scenario now that a lot of people don't do that because they're afraid of past disappointments. Those powerful words that I mentioned from Freud on that, because they are ugly. They're going to come back to bite you, man, sometimes. But Aurelius said it great. This is powerful about commitment. He goes, settle on the type of person you want to be. Settle on the type of person you want to be, and stick to it, whether alone or with company. This is the challenge everybody has, is to put that super cape on that you've always wanted to be, run around the house, run around the house, and just be the person you've always wanted to be. From that, the universe responds. It's great. You'll start seeing scenarios, synchronicities, so-called coincidences of that new self appearing in your life. This is the beauty of the universe, man. Like I said yesterday, after my show, I'm sitting here. I had, you notice how I put in my reels a lot of speech bubbles. That's me, man. That's just above my head. Above it was just an orchestra playing of violins of sympathy for Jerry, not thinking he gave a good show yesterday. This is the kind of attitude you got to have. You always want to get better. You're always going to put yourself forward. You're always going to keep trying because you're not taking a chance. You're giving yourself a chance. And with that attitude and with that fortitude about what you want to do, guys, nothing is limited. The universe can only show you what you show it. You show it shit, it's going to keep giving you that. But you're going to have days where it's going to hit the fan. You're going to have days where it's going to fall down. You're going to have days where your expectation is going to turn to pure disappointment. It's going to hit you hard. But as Freud said, it's an ugly head that will show itself. You got to be ready for that. Not in a bad way, but like I was yesterday. I just got reminded on how lucky I am that I get to go to the gym, that I get to go to work, that I get to have this life, that I am healthy, that I am whole, that I'm happy, that I am blessed. Do you understand? It's those simple things that you have to get back on track. I knew I woke up yesterday and I wasn't in harmony with what I wanted to do, but I had to stick with my commitment. I had this show planned out. I spent hours on it but just getting all these things together with scripture and this shit. It came out boring as hell, in my humble opinion. That's just who I am as a person. You're going to have those days because whether something is successful or not is your thought about it. That's the whole key. So it's prevalent that you keep installing in yourself a successful mindset, because from that becomes successful energy. And then that successful energy just pans out to more and more opportunities. Does that make sense, guys? So happy Wednesday to all of you. I got to go take care of that sick call, guys. America's Mentor _radio. I'm digging this camera. I friggin' love it, guys. It hides all the little wrinkles, man. No, I'm just kidding. I got nothing to hide, guys. America's Mentor _radio on Instagram, at America's Mentor on Twitter, at America's Mentor on YouTube, guys. Thank you so much for the Jackson views on my reels. I love doing those things, man. Find what you friggin' love, man. Just friggin' do it every day. To hell with everybody. Just love yourself, man. Enjoy yourself. Have an awesome day. I'll see you guys soon.